Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the EIC ACCESS Plus Info Session number 8, which is dedicated to climate tech companies. My name is Maria Cristina, and I'm happy to moderate this session in which we will explain how to benefit of the EIC Service Catalogue and how to receive the EIC ACCESS Plus grant. We have invited several EIC partners that have a strong expertise on this industry, and we will be happy to facilitate these introductions through the EIC ACCESS Plus Community Hub. So let me introduce you the agenda of this event. So we will be sharing some few words with the presence of the EIC team, Gisela Santos, and we will continue with the presentation of the EIC Service Catalogue. Then the EIC partners will be presenting their services to you. We will then explain what is this EIC ACCESS Plus co-funding scheme, and I will be introducing the steps to follow until you complete the application. And then we will have this questions and answers section. So then I will ask Gisela to start. Gisela Santos, Project Advisor at European Innovation Council. Please, Gisela, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, Christina. Good afternoon to all of you participating to this info session organized by our Access Plus team that I thank already for putting it in place. Just a few words from my side as the main manager of the Ecosystem Partnership Program in the EIC Business Acceleration Services team, and also following the management of this Access Plus co-funding scheme. So from the EIC side, we are really proud of the developments that our program is having in the latest times in this year, during this year with this co-funding scheme, and also the dynamics this has brought to our EIC Service Catalogue with all the EIC partners really committed to make this program a successful program for our EIC portfolio of awardees. So this program is really in order to help you awardees go beyond the funding, so contribute to make available to you in a more visible and more dynamic way all those services in Europe and internationally that can be of good use for your business development. So a big thanks to all the community and to all of you that make this possible. So that would be all from me. I will be around in case there are questions afterwards at the end of the session. I will also be available, and I wish you all a very fruitful info session, and I'm really looking forward to see if some partnerships are possible between partners and beneficiaries in the sequence of the info session of today. That would be our main goal, that people are put in contact and that we bring true added value to the objectives of all of you. Okay, thank you very much. And that will be all from my side. And I give the floor back to Christina.
We will introduce now Theodora Aibu, official contractor of the European Innovation Council, and she will explain us and give us a brief overview of this catalog.
Thank you, Christina. A very brief introduction to our program and the service catalog. So the EIC Ecosystem Partnership Program is basically a sister project to the EIC ACCESS Plus. It is one of the BAS initiatives. So at the moment, over 10 initiatives exist. And the purpose of this program is to bring in industry players from Europe and across the world that provide sector-specific or niche-specific services, such as venture building and acceleration services, due diligence, IP, or access to infrastructure. And all of this is done through the EIC Service Catalogue. So this is an open access platform that we have. It's a one-stop shop. So you have all the partners and the services presented there. And of course, now initially was application through the catalog, but now is done through EIC Access Plus due to the to the introduction of the co-financing. So we have around 267 organizations. So these are the EIC partners, and we have over 620 services on the catalog, classified into 11 different categories. So each service falls under one category. Each service has a service landing page, its own dedicated with all the information that beneficiaries need to apply to EIC Access Plus co-funding. So it's very important that before they apply, they go to the catalog, look at the service description, the sector it targets, the TRL that are targeted, but also the financial requirements, because this would be important in the negotiation with the partners and of course with EIC Access Plus. You would also find access, so entry point to the different EIC BAS offers as well that exist, such as the EIC corporate program or the coaching program, and so on. And we also have 53 IP due diligence experts presented on the catalog coming from EU IPO. Of course, you can also find a way to enter to the EIC Access Plus website through the catalog. For beneficiaries, we also have a dedicated help desk. So we call this help desk, but it is for you to communicate with the partners directly. So to inquire about their services or their prices, you would find this button on each service landing page. And please, we ask you to be active in this and reach out to partners, especially before going forward with EIC Access Plus with the co-financing. All service applications are done through EIC Access Plus, so at the moment not directly through the catalog. And of course, the catalog is exclusively for EIC awardees. So this would be EIC beneficiaries and Seal of Excellence holders. And to help beneficiaries and SOEs to understand how to navigate through the catalog and also how to apply to the co-financing, we have what we call the EIC Beneficiary Brief. It is a PDF file, a guidebook, very brief, very illustrative, to showcase how you can move from one step to the other swiftly. In terms of interaction, so we have what we call the Ask Me Anything webinar, so very similar to this info session where EIC partners come and pitch their services to beneficiaries. These are thematic, so they might be sector-based or they might be also category-based. So services that are, for instance, on internationalization or services that are only for due diligence. The next one we'll have is on the 23rd of September. So this will be focused on matchmaking, HR, and talent. So you're very much welcome. And the call has been published, so you can register at the moment. We also have the EIC Partners Day. So this is an annual event, a physical event that takes place back-to-back with EIC Summit, and this is to bring in partners and beneficiaries together so they can network and exchange on specific thoughts and best practices. And we also have the EIC community, so all beneficiaries should be on the EIC community, but partners are as well with their own labels, so please do reach out to them in case of doubt. We also have the introductory video and again the beneficiary brief that is on the catalog, so please do look quickly through them to know how to best look for the services that suit you. And finally, the EIC BAS newsletter. So for those who haven't subscribed to it yet, it's not only for the catalog, but a lot of other news coming from the BAS offers, so the other BAS offers. Please do subscribe, and we will inform you on a monthly basis on anything that is new from the catalog as well. And for any doubt, there is the email address, so the EIC Partnership Help Desk email address, but also you can reach out to us through the contact form on the catalog. Thank you very much, Christina, and this is all from me.
Thank you very much, Teodora, for the clear presentation. We will now continue. We will present now the partners that will be that accepted to join this info session and will present their services to you. So let's start with Eric Sunol, partner at Inveniam Group.
Thank you, Maria. Good afternoon, everybody. And thank you for letting me participate here. In a nutshell, we're a technology transfer advisory firm, and we specialize in sustainability and life sciences sectors. So I think that the main differential factor is that we're very proud of providing specialized, tailor-made services, as opposed to one-size-fits-all services. And also that we have this in-depth knowledge in the sectors where we operate. So we are based in Barcelona, and we are a team of about 40 professionals from different nationalities, and we are accredited providers to a variety of European and national programs. Zooming in, we provide basically strategic consulting, corporate finance advisory, and also public funding. In public funding, we also have a lot of fun developing our own project concepts and writing them and putting together consortia, and then participating in these consortia. Specifically for the EIC ACCESS Catalogue, we offer financial advisory. So here the financial advisory is again very specialized to the specific needs that clean tech companies have. We have 15 years experience having different clean tech companies as clients, and we know what their challenges are. With regards to market intelligence, because we specialize in these sectors, we know the specific stakeholders that these companies have, and we know their markets, and so that helps us providing quality services. And with regards to tech transfer advisory, here, some of our partners, have been doing IP tech transfer and industrial partnerships for 30 years. So we really know what we're talking about and what the different ways of making money out of it are, and those that do not work. Very briefly, in terms of case study, I'd like to focus on Minkatech. Minkatech is a French company that has developed these metal hydrogen storage tanks, and they obtained the Seal of Excellence, so they were not even awarded the EIC Accelerator, and we are helping them out with selected European markets where they want to develop their technology, Spain being one of them, and selecting the potential partners that they will need to tackle that market. And this is a service that's just not providing the actual analysis of the market, but actually engaging with a short list of potential candidates, and helping the client throughout the negotiation of the partnership. And that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing your presentations next.
Thank you very much. We will continue now with Maire presenting Belayer. Please, Maire.
Good morning from San Francisco. It's nice and early here. As you can see, it's still dark outside, but I'm really happy to be here today. I'm quickly going to go through a few slides. Just so you know, Belayer, what we do is we connect Silicon Valley knowledge, network, and capital to the most promising European deep tech and climate startups. We are very selective in the clients that we work with, so I thought the best use of time today, instead of me going through services, was actually to talk about what are the realities right now in fundraising and what are the realities in the Valley in particular. So one thing for every founder or stakeholder, what you really should be aware of is this huge shift in fundraising. And what I mean by fundraising is the amount of capital that's actually going into funds so that they can then deploy into companies like yours. What we've seen is a huge drop. We went from the highs of 2021 and 2022 to really, we are in now a new low, I would say, not just in the amount of capital that is going into funds. In 2024, that was down 22%. The year before, it was down 19%. But I think the bigger story as well is the reduction in the number of funds. So we've seen a drop in funds of 46%. So right off the bat, 46% of the funds that used to be there before that would invest in startups are no longer here. And part of this problem is because, there's just been a constraint in capital, liquidity that LPs have, and also the rise of mega funds. And I can go into that a little bit later. Climate tech investment trends, I would say a really mixed bag. And we thought at the end of 2024, there was some light and some hope because we did actually see an uptick in the amount of capital deployed into climate funds. And of course, most of this capital was sourced in the Valley or in the US. So really, Valley is still the major capital player that goes into companies. Unfortunately, as we looked at 2024 and now we're looking at information from this year, there continues to be a huge drop into capital going into climate companies. The reality right now from the first half data from 2025 is that investment into climate companies is down an additional 19% this year. So that's from January to June 2025. And I really want to set this stage so everyone really understands what are today's realities. The big problem in the first half of this year is the amount of companies that have got funded. So yes, we have the amount of capital going into companies, which is down a little bit, but the main driver is the amount of companies that have actually got funded in the first half of 2025 is down 50%. That is a huge amount. And that's mostly caused by consolidation in venture capital, venture capital becoming more picky about what deals they go into. There's a huge problem with the missing middle of capital as more and more institutions, whether that be banks, LPs in general, whether they be family offices, high net worth individuals, but mostly institutions. So bigger institutions and foreign wealth funds, they're going into mega funds. So mega funds are funds with 1 billion plus in AUM. The challenge is there's a huge gap of capital going into funds that support Series A and Series B companies. What has that meant? As more and more money has gone into the bigger funds, they can only write checks for 100 million. A lot of their check sizes are now 50 to 100 million. To even be ready for that kind of check size, you need to have significant traction and progress in the market. So what you're seeing is the mega funds are taking less risk. Venture capital used to be about a risk game. I take a risk on a company. They have a great idea. They may be at just product market fit. How do we help them scale? It's really moved to being more and more selective. And that's a huge issue for climate companies, not just in Europe, but everywhere. Just looking at what are the trends and what companies are actually getting funded, we're definitely seeing a big shift. Energy is still one that's performing well. That's mostly driven by the demands of data centers. 1 in $5 that have gone into climate in 2025 have been AI solutions. So obviously AI is still, a big focus. If you think of geographic distribution, this is where I think Europe can win because we all know what's happening in the US. I don't need to tell you. We unfortunately wake up every day to our new reality and stuff like the IRA and other funding mechanisms that are gone away or are going away. So the reality is investors are looking at companies that, they're not, you have to be policy independent. But in saying that, the EU is an area where that policy can actually help companies, and you're seeing more and more venture funds move to the EU and look at companies in the EU. And then I would say as well, just when you think of that shift in investor focus, there's also a shift. You know, I talked about the mega funds, CVCs, corporate VCs, do not forget them. They can be super helpful. And then I would also say debt financing is coming more and more into play. And of course, the EIC can play a great role with grants that they provide companies. So I just want to focus on getting to yes. There's a few companies here. What can you really do to get to a yes or get to a meeting with a fund? And I say this also coming from a perspective where I actually do work also as well for a fund, a Silicon Valley climate fund. So really understanding, who are you targeting? So there's so many funds out there. What funds are deploying capital? I think that's really key. Who's actually deploying currently? And what do they focus on? Know if they are seed, Series A, Series B, because if you're not in the right stage, even if you're the best idea, they're not going to fund you. Definitely network effectively. And I would say one tip is network with other founders that have also got funding, whether that be from the Valley or European VCs. If you want to raise from the Valley, it is important to show up here. Yes, we have moved to a Zoom world, but also it's important to actually show up and be present. Can your customers become your advocates? So really, who in your universe of your stakeholders will be your advocates and who can make those warm introductions? I think if you're seed, like strong strategic angels can open up many doors, so don't forget about them. A quick no is so much better than a prolonged yes. Like what you want to get is an answer as soon as possible. You want feedback because funds track progress of companies. You go into a database and they will look at what you have done, and then just take that feedback seriously. Thank you and good luck to all.
Thank you, Maire, for all the insights. We will continue now with the next EIC partner. Jan Rezek is representing Nordic Innovators Corporate Finance. Please, Jan.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for taking the time. My name is Jan. I'm the Managing Director at Nordic Innovators Corporate Finance, and I'm here today with our Senior Associate Mats to tell you a little bit about how we work and what we have to offer to clean tech companies across Europe. So Nordic Innovators, briefly established in 2013 out of Copenhagen with offices across Denmark, Norway and Spain. Together we're over 85 people working across different sectors where renewable energy and clean technologies are basically at the utmost importance for us to work on. Nordic Innovators was established as a primary soft funding or grant financing advisor, working with both national grants as well as the European ones. So obviously working with the EIC programs as well as EU Innovation Fund, ERECA, Eurostars, and basically all other available programs. The corporate finance arm was officially established in 2024 as a result of market demand because many companies were able to secure the funds. But in order to secure the more traditional capital structures, they needed to prospect another party to help them with that. We wanted to basically provide a one-time or one-stop shop so that companies can basically get access to both non-dilutive as well as the dilutive financing sources. Our expertise and our core services when it comes to working with European startups and scale-ups, SMEs, is basically categorized within 4 verticals. One connected to solution-oriented CFO services, where we are able to help with valuations. We're able to help with financial modeling, a little bit more on an advanced model or level when it comes to clean tech, simply because there is a lot of project financing and more of a structural financing that needs to be put together. We're able to help with investor readiness when it comes to equity financing, both for startup scale-ups but also established companies looking for equity financing rounds of 10 million euro and more, which is quite often seen within clean tech spectrum. Venture debt, as the previous speaker mentioned, venture debt or project debt financing is on the rise. It's far more advanced in the States, but is becoming increasingly popular here in Europe. Luckily, we have the European Investment Bank that is taking a big chunk of that capital being deployed. We work with the European Investment Bank. We also are aware of the funding criteria of the others, and are able to provide that to the clean tech companies. Oftentimes, what you see is that there are first-of-a-kind plans that are being projected. European Investment Bank actually has a division when it comes to the project debt, and there are also others stepping into this area. Fundraising strategy establishment, this is where we kind of look back or take a step back and look at the fundraising strategy holistically, plugging in the European programs, grant financing programs, namely then, I would say most relevant for the EIC beneficiaries would be EU Innovation Fund, both large and small scale, looking into green technologies and how they can be supported further.
Yes, so I will just briefly present a case example and introduce you to a client of us. Kvasir Technologies is a Danish clean tech company that is producing bio-oil from feedstock. They actually won the EIC Accelerator in 2023, where Nordic Innovators acted as the grant advisor for them. They are now currently raising 20 million euro in a Series A round, in which we at Nordic Innovators Corporate Finance act as their advisor on the fundraising and CFO functions. And as part of this example that I'm showing you here, we run a typical process for securing external capital. The process is split into 4 phases, where each phase is overlapping, as shown in the illustration below. In 4 phases, we do everything from financial modeling, valuation, investor memorandum, investor reach out, and then negotiation and closing, which is expected between Q4 this year and Q1 next year. And at that point in time, we will also engage with lenders to secure debt for their first commercial plant.
Shortly about us, Nordic Innovators Corporate Finance in brief numbers, even though we were officially established in 2024, we have quite some track records to document already, primarily within renewable energy and clean tech companies. You'll be able to see all the slides, including the track records, in the shared presentation after the session. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jan and Mats. We will introduce now Alessio Caracci. He's representing Unknown Group.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Today I'll be speaking mostly about Unknown Campus, and at Unknown Campus we are working on a very bold goal, which is to build the biggest impact campus in Europe. As you can see from the map, we are based in the Netherlands, and we have buildings at the moment in 3 cities, in Rotterdam, Haarlem, and in The Hague, where our flagship building is, Titan. The 3 buildings represent Unknown Campus, which is an entire ecosystem of support. The most Dutch and international startups they want to enter in the Dutch market. They see the Netherlands as a high potential market. All right, so a quick overview of our spaces. As I was saying, Titan is our flagship building, is based in the Binkhorst district in The Hague, and offers 13,000 square meters of space. It is fully dedicated to impact startups, especially in the energy and food tech sectors. Beyond that, we run buildings that host innovation campuses in Haarlem and Rotterdam, as anticipated before. And we have recently launched an entire new campus dedicated to AI startups in Rotterdam. Is the AI water tower, which is based on the oldest water tower in the city of Rotterdam. So what do we do at Unknown Campus? We are a startup support ecosystem. With our buildings, we provide the physical infrastructure for the founders that are looking to settle or expand in the Netherlands. With Unknown University of Applied Sciences, which is the other business line of our group, we are developing an innovative approach to entrepreneurial education in the form of accredited bachelor and master in entrepreneurship. And finally, through very dense calendar of events, we strive to connect the founders, the startups in our community with the right partners and organizations that can help them grow. Really, just to give you an idea of the atmosphere, which is pretty informal, and the community dynamics that we like to develop at Unknown. For this, we like to think of our space as a clubhouse for founders. We offer to EIC beneficiary a list for kind of services. First of all, the physical place for you if you're looking to be based in the Netherlands or expand into the Dutch market. Our campus offers a range of flexible spaces arrangements that can suit basically every kind of startup from solo founders to scale-ups. Also, the pilot facilities. At our campus, we are very interested in piloting innovative technologies. So for this, we offer you space to test your technology, especially in the energy, climate, and food tech domains, which I would say is a bit the focus of our campus. We are already running a few pilots with the startups in hydrogen production and energy management. And we'd be very happy to discuss any possible collaboration with the EIC Innovators working in this space. The Master in Scaling Up is a unique program of a non-University of Applied Sciences, which probably could be of interest for some of the EIC beneficiaries, especially those that come from the Pathfinder transition pathways. So the university is based in The Hague and Amsterdam, and the program is tailored towards founders that are looking to up their skills while working on their company, especially those that are a bit stuck and looking to unlock the next growth phase. This is a bit like a fully accredited program, a master that works as an incubator. Finally, we offer to the companies in our campus access to our business community from investors. We are investors ourselves. We have invested in some of the startups in our ecosystem. But also, connections with the experts, with the peer entrepreneurs, and in general, access to a network for everybody who's looking to enter the Dutch market or to expand their footprint in the Dutch market. And this is it. So if you're interested in our proposition and looking to enter the Dutch market or expand there, please just get in touch.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Alessio. We will now introduce the next EIC partner, Nathalie, Dionne.
So basically, I founded Brand Creatives in 2020. My background is in creative design direction and collection design for global brands. I have been a textile expert for 20 years in France. And we have started to work with material innovation back in 2019 using innovative vegan and bio-based materials, recycled materials. And we actually also did a pilot for LVMH Nanosource for leather upcycling. So our deep expertise is really prototyping, product sampling for innovative materials. We could also provide feedbacks on material innovators, and we could provide access to French market and luxury groups through our network. So this is really our core services. So we have recently joined the EIC platform. So this is actually my first time joining this information session. And you could find our services through Brand Creatives .Paris. This is our website. And we also have a brand that we are currently using to test different material solutions. So if you're material innovators looking at partnering with a French luxury, eco-luxury brand, we're also open to testing new materials. So this is more or less what we do.
Thank you, Nathalie. We will continue now with the last presentation from Global Business Inroads.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shradha, Technology and Innovation Manager from Global Business Inroads. So basically, GBI Bulgaria, we are the partners of EIC to help EIC awardees and EIC beneficiaries and support them with India, US, and Eastern Europe market access. So just giving you a brief about GBI, we are a 16-year-old company, and we are focused on scaling tech access and deployment for UN SDGs. And we have our offices in India, in Delhi and Bangalore, in Maryland in USA, in Cambridge in UK, and in Europe in Bulgaria. And we also help with project operations in Southeast Asia, Brazil, and Africa. We are also the enterprise Europe network nodes from India. So in the EIC catalog, you will find our 3 services listed under the category internationalization. So in the first service where, India and US market access, we basically support the EIC beneficiaries with, finding partners, market research, technology validation, finding partners for investment, any local trade show support they need to participate in the local trade show support, due diligence of the Indian companies here, or if they need any kind of IP support here in India, any local business model development. So basically through our first service, we help in, building that, strategy for you to enter the India and the US market, help you validate the market here. Then comes our second service where we help the EIC beneficiaries once you've understood the market in India and US. The first service is basically, we support you for the 6 months time frame. And you can also see the details here when the presentation will be shared. The link is there, and in the EIC catalog, you can go through in more details. In the second service, we help you with, deploying your pilot solutions, pilot projects in India and US by connecting you with the local partners. So we build the entire local supply chain, connect you with the vendors, the local subcontractors, and help you set up your pilot projects in India. And our team basically, acts as an extension of your team here in India or US to help you. So we provide very, very tailored services to help you with India and US market entry. And our third services for the Eastern Europe market access for the EIC Innovators, as it is a growing market. You can see the different, services I just talked about, that how we can help you with also capacity building sessions and, participations, market research, technology validation. And our services cost range from 20 to 30,000 euros. Similarly, for the pilot project, these are the 6 phases, and, the way we help you, our different deliverables, they're all mentioned in the EIC catalog, and then we provide you with the final report of, the location where your pilot has been, set up, the challenges phase, and what are the next steps, etc. And I'm also happy to share that now we are the cooperating partners and implementers of India IP SME Help Desk in India to help, EIC Innovators. And if you have any queries on, IP management or IP in India, then we have an open call now. And I will request you all to register or reach out to me directly with your IP queries. So here, I'm just sharing in a case study, which we are going to start. We've recently just signed this contract. This is again with EIC ACCESS Plus team. And this is a EIC accelerator from Denmark, Atlant 3G, whom we'll be helping, next 6 months. So they are basically an advanced atomic scale manufacturing company from the microelectronics sector, and very committed to environmental care. So I'll just share like how we are going to help them in entering the Indian market. So we'll act as their local representatives here and help them with local business model development, market analysis, map key players, which will help them enter the Indian market, and connect them with the market opportunities in India's semiconductor, defense, and consumer electronics sectors. We'll facilitate, 4 to 5 B2B meetings for them, and also connect them with the R&D organizations here. And finally, we'll be sharing a comprehensive report with our clients, stating, the results of technology validation, business model, and market entry. So this is the first phase, which will be for 6 months. And if they are happy, then, we'll help them with phase 2, which will involve setting up their pilots in India. This is another example of how we are helping, European climate tech companies access the Indian market. So this is again a company from Belgium called Nexofab, and they are, transforming plastic waste into sustainable construction sectors. So we are already, helping them since last 2 months, and the engagement is for, another next 4 months. I'll not take much time, just a minute. So we are helping them with market research and compliance verification. We have, also raising funds for them in India and US, and help them in participating at an expo in Mumbai, where they showcase their mock-up unit, and also organized a global webinar for them to establish collaboration opportunities. Thank you all, and I welcome you all to reach out to us for India, US, or Eastern Europe market access, and we'll be happy to help more and more EIC innovators and schedule calls with you. Please email us, and we can have 30 minutes call and take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shradha. Thank you all EIC partners for participating. We will now introduce the EIC Access Plus grant. And I would like to introduce you Antonio Zangrilli, EIC Access Plus Project Manager. He will be introducing this program.
Thank you, Christina. My name is Antonio Zangrilli, and I'm the project manager of the project. It's an Access Plus project. It's an EIC funded project. I will give the floor to my colleague Magloire to present you the measures and then how it works.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Christina. All right, I'm going to walk you through the key features of the EIC Access Plus, which is an initiative, a co-financing scheme which is designed to help EIC beneficiaries to access top-tier innovation services that are listed on the EIC Service Catalogue. So EIC Access Plus actually targets 180 beneficiaries with up to a grant of up to 60,000 euro per beneficiary. Okay, so who are the beneficiaries? So Access Plus is targeting EIC beneficiaries, which are, for instance, EIC awardees that are participants of the EIC Pathfinder, EIC Transition, and the EIC Accelerator projects, also including those projects, those from the EIC pilot phase from 2018 and 2020. Other types of beneficiaries are Seal of Excellence holders. These are organizations that are participating in projects awarded with the Seal of Excellence certification under the Horizon Europe program. And also we have targeting spin-offs that derive from EIC awarded projects. I would also want to inform you that any project partner can apply so long as the service benefits the project and its outcomes. Universities, European Research Infrastructure Consortium and their related nodes, private public research organizations and SMEs that are currently performing research and development activities are also welcome to apply for the EIC Access Plus grant. Okay, so based on the invoice that we received from the beneficiaries, EIC Access Plus funds up to 50,000 up to 50% of the cost of the services. So the services must come from the EIC Service Catalogue partners, and then they must also fall under the 4 categories that you can see. For instance, we have research package, we have skills improvement, we have business acceleration services, as well as access to funds. From these, you can see that each package has specific services that fall within. So beneficiaries could choose to apply for research package, and under this, EIC Access Plus can cover up to 60,000 euros in case they can select either access to infrastructures and research and development support or prototyping. Then moving to skills improvement package, the Access Plus can cover up to 10,000 euros. We also have business acceleration and access to funds, which EIC Access Plus can cover up to 30,000 euros for any of the services that the beneficiaries select. So beneficiaries can access services from one or multiple packages, but the maximum grant cannot exceed 60,000 euros. So what about the remaining 50%? So how can beneficiaries cover this? We have 3 options. First, it's either through their own contribution. That is, the beneficiary pays the other 50% from their own funds or private funds from external investors. We have also national or regional public funding, which can cover part or all of the remaining costs. Under this, we have 2 scenarios. So if the public support, the funding exceeds 50% of the service cost that the beneficiary is asking, so Access Plus can cover the remaining cost, but we'll also ensure that the total funding doesn't exceed 100%. And also the second case is if public support is less than 50%, then Access Plus can make up the difference, but not to go beyond the 50% threshold. So applications are submitted online through the EIC Service Catalogue or through the EIC ACCESS Plus project website. The call is open until May 31st, 2026, and applications are collected on a rolling basis, and they are also grouped in cohorts which are being evaluated every 7 days for each cohort. All right, we accept applications based on some eligibility criteria. We have 7 of them. So the first is that the company that is applying must be an EIC awardee, or it must hold an EIC Seal of Excellence certification under the Horizon Europe. Also, spin-offs that are generated within the awarded project are also eligible, like already anticipated in the beginning. The second point is the applicant must be registered in one of the EU or the associated countries. We can find a list of associated countries on the EIC website. And third is that the other EU or national or regional incentives may be used to cover additional costs in the project. So, and then the total amount that is being requested by each beneficiary should not exceed 60,000 euros. This is the threshold that we have for each beneficiary. Next is that the applicant must include a clear and detailed description of the service in the application. And then they must also outline the expected results and the impact on the organization. Also, the service must be concluded within 6 months after signing the grant agreement, except for research package service that may last up to 1 year. And then all the services must still be concluded by the 30 June 2026. And the applicant must select a service provider that are listed in the EIC Service Catalogue. And an exception is only foreseen for the European Research Infrastructure Consortium. So payments are made in either 1 or 2 installments, depending on the grant amount that is being demanded by the beneficiary. So for grants that are below or equal to 10,000 euros, they are being paid in full, that is in 1 installment, and it's at the end of the completion of the services. While for grants that are above 10,000 euros, they get 50% upfront, and then 50% after the service is being completed. And beneficiaries are expected to fill in a satisfaction survey about the quality of the service that they have received at the end of the service delivery before final payment is being made.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you for your presentation. And just some very few comments about the Access Plus. So comments, let's say suggestions. The first, I suggest to applicants first to negotiate and to select the service providers better. You can apply even if you don't have the service provider, but the best and faster procedures is to select the service provider within the service catalog. This is we strongly suggest so to first select the service provider and then to negotiate with them a preliminary contract with them, since before approving the agreement with you and before providing the grant to the applicants, we collect a copy of the contract between the service provider and the applicant. So my suggestion and our suggestion is to first select the service provider and then to agree with the contract. The second information I would like to provide you that so far we have committed 1.1 million euros, and so we are going to pay this grant we have approved. We still have money to provide to the applicants. The Access Plus will close on July 2026, even though maybe it could be a future extension of the project. But these are the deadlines we have. So my message to you is to, if I repeat again, to work with the service provider to agree with them the service and to have preliminary contracts, and then to apply to Access Plus. And then the next one is that we have still money to provide you with the grant, and so we have time, and so we can apply. In case of problem, in case of you need further information, you can contact me, Magloire, but also Christina. We will be very happy to fix with you, to provide you all the information you need by email, or even fix a call and to go in depth of the problem you can meet during the application. And I think that's it.
Thank you very much, Antonio and Magloire. So let me introduce the steps to follow when you are applying. So again, we are focusing this EIC Access Plus co-funding is addressed to EIC beneficiaries, awardees, Seal of Excellence holders under Horizon Europe, and spin-offs. So the first, this is a quick guide. So the first thing that you need to do is first identify the EIC service provider, the EIC partner. Everyone, all the eligible EIC partners are listed on this EIC Service Catalogue that my colleague Tedora introduced. The EIC partners that participated today are listed, and you can see the service description for more details. Otherwise, you can filter the catalog, and you can and see if some services are more recommended to EIC Accelerator, Pathfinder, or Transition. So once you have identified the service, you need to contact the service provider and request additional information related to the cost, the timeline. And my suggestion here, it will be to ask already for a quotation and MOU, so you have a quick an understanding of how it's going to be the service. So then you have a button for requesting this EIC Access Plus co-funding. You will be linked to our website, EIC Access Plus, and you can find all the information that we have my colleague Antonio shared, and all the details. And then you will be linked to our community hub on Euroquity, the BPI's France platform. And this is basically an eligibility checkpoint. I make sure that your organization is an EIC beneficiary and you are part of this community, and you will be receiving all our notifications. So you have two options. You have to create your profile, or you need to log in on Euroquity if you already have an account. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if there is a technical issue. Here, I just want to make sure that you see that your organizations, you can create your company's profile, and you have some very general information to fulfill. If you want that Euroquity is also supporting you in identifying investors or business support services that are not specifically listed maybe on the catalog, then you can fulfill this additional information. But again, this is not mandatory. Then you will be once you have created your organization profile, I make sure that you join the EIC ACCESS Plus Community Hub, and then you have access to the features where we are promoting the call. We are making sure that you are updated and that you are and that you can apply. You can schedule a one-on-one call, a one-on-one meeting with me if you have any questions. Here you can find my email. This is the form where we will be requesting the information related to the EIC Service Catalogue. There is you need to include, for instance, the name of the provider, the service ID, and the cost of the services, and when you are expecting to start this service, and the end of this one. So we can help you to identify other relevant partners. So feel free again to contact us. And yeah, so once this application is submitted, I would say that within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you will receive a reply from our team. We make sure that every Friday our team is assessing, evaluating this application. So yeah, you can you can also access to this data room where you can find all the materials, all the documents to understand, to have all the details of this call. EIC Partners, you can join this EIC Access Plus community. You can see the members that are part of it. Companies, beneficiaries, you can see here other EIC beneficiaries and also EIC partners, and you can reach out to them. This is my email. And that's it from my side. We can start with the questions. Antonio, if you are here, maybe just to clarify the 50%, because Elhan asked the EIC Service Catalogue finance is 50% funded by the EU and 50% by the EIC grant. So you can clarify this.
So Access Plus provides funds up to 50% of the service cost delivered by the service provider. The other 50%, as Magrar presented before, can be covered in different ways. The first one is, of course, by internal funds or other investors will support the applicants and in obtaining the services. And the other ways to cover the part of the cost is recurring to the public funds. It could be other EU funds, but not Access Plus, of course. Maybe accelerated transition or even Pathfinder project funds, or even other European project or national or regional funds. So what I'm saying is that other public funds can cover the other 50% of Access Plus costs, and so you can have a full coverage of the total amount you are paying to the service provider.
I don't know if there are other questions. Okay, it's a question from Kantan. He's asking, are there a lot of cases where participants get this other 50% funded as well?
Yes, there are some examples. Yes, we have all different examples. Some applications have been funded by the applicants themselves. They combine the other public funds with Access Plus. Yes, we have different cases.
I think we have a last question. Does having the Seal of Excellence open doors to financial institutions or banks for additional support, or are there any preferential or interest-free loan schemes available for projects with the Seal of Excellence?
From my side, what I can say is that once one of the EIC Seal of Excellence is awarded this stamp at national level, this stamp should allow them to accede to specific national programs, and this might be also at the level of national banks or institutions. But for this information, I really advise you to get in contact with also a European financed program, which is the Enterprise Europe Network in the region where you come from. I'm not sure where you are from, but the Enterprise Europe Network is financed by the Single Market Program, and they are there to guide you as Seal of Excellence towards the national schemes that exist, either at financial institutions or at regional funding schemes, etc. So one of my advices always is to reach out to these Enterprise Europe Network nodes. But yes, it should give you better access to these kind of funding opportunities. That's the main objective of giving a Seal of Excellence to all those awardees that have good technologies, but we are not able to finance due to the lack of budget, only to a certain number of good proposals.
I think we can end up this info session. Maybe Gisela, if you want to say some final words.
Yes, just to conclude the session from the EIC side. So it was very interesting for me also to get acquainted with the services of these 6 partners present today. So thank you very much also for allowing us to understand better how you work and how you intend to deploy the services in in a tailor-made way to our beneficiaries. So we always count on you in this sense as well. So thanks a lot. And to our EIC beneficiaries, I hope you found here some useful suggestions for your business objectives and in different regions in the world. So looking forward to any success story that's an impactful story that might come from these collaborations, and wishing you all a lot of success. Thank you very much, dear teams Access Plus and Ecosystem, and see you at the next info session. Stay tuned, everyone, on our events coming up in the next months. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gisela. Thank you very much, everyone. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you soon.